MS60. I hope that all of you are safe and healthy, and this is part of our partners certification programs. I'm Kitty Lim, working under Asia Technical Support Team under the leadership of Neil Ascroft, and I have two colleagues, Ahmad Nasrik and Haris Mansour. This webinar will be recorded as usual, and link of the video will be sent to you for those who have registered. For any questions during the webinar, please type into the box as provided. Okay, content of the webinar today: the power of Leica Nova MS60, introductions, MS60, and all-rounder survey instrument, a cost-saving machines, and help you to earn more money, make more profits, and beam to field digitization problem solver. The objective is to share awareness of how to convert the power of Leica MS60 into time and money-saving machines and increase productivity and profit. First poll: do you think MS60 is very powerful but hard to use? Very powerful and easy to use. Many advanced features but not useful. Many advanced features very useful. I will launch the poll now. Give you 20 seconds, just one answer. It's a survey, so there's no right or wrong, don't worry. Or I give you another 10 seconds to next 30 seconds. And I shall close the poll now. And this is the result. And most of you think that as many advanced features and very useful, that's good. Some of you think otherwise, but never mind. I hope that after the presentations, you will change your mind. And I should go on with the PowerPoint. Okay, I do it a bit differently today. Hello, sir, you look stressed and depressed. Yeah, what to do? Projects behind schedule, surveyors too slow, CAD operators took too long to deliver. Difficulty in implementing the new digitization requirement, and we have few projects in different states all over the place. And I am MS60. Do you have 30 minutes? Maybe I can help. I have a solution for you. I don't believe anyone can help, but since you are here, can you make it sweet and short? I have plenty of work to do. I'm actually well recognized as an all-rounder in engineering and construction industry. Do you mean multitasking? Don't think so. You are just another total station, as I can see. MS60 is built with merge technology, and it combines various advanced technology from Leica system. However, we prefer to talk about the capabilities of MS60 today. MS60 is a measurement instrument that is able to do virtually any measurement task given with power, and it can do in a way how to measure and what to measure. And for topographic surveys, stacking roads, drill, tunnels, monitoring, scanning, you can do it all with a true multi-station. And I'm a professional cameraman with a 30-time applications of telescope camera and with wide-angle camera. Really? But I don't need a camera. But you have to understand, with a camera, you can drive the instrument with an image, and you can pick up coordinates from images for missed out measurements, and don't need to revisit, and for documentations and more. Work hand in hand with NGNSS body from Leica system. Okay. And scanning as built without further needs of registration with 1 second accuracy up to 30,000 points per second. but that will increases data processing load, cleaning scan points. For your information, Leica MS60 3D laser scanning is built with waveform digitizer technology. The point clouds are clean and useful, not much for cleaning, and seamlessly supported by Infinity, Cyclone, and Cloudworks. And I can do all that a total station can do. It looks like one. And you need no measuring tape. I am the first total station able to measure my own height. And I can measure to any surface up to 2 kilometers and to prisms up to 10 kilometers. Not kidding. This is the proof. With prisms GPR1 or GPH1P, you can measure up to or more than 10 kilometers, in fact, with 1 mm plus 1 ppm accuracy. And with any surface, you can measure up to 2 kilometers with 2 mm and 2 ppm accuracy. So, and I can do the job of a scanner. Enhanced scanning capabilities with new horizontal scan and other post scans and other scan modes, and new start and stop scan, scan definition management, view scan, and so on. Really? Yeah. And my brain can handle even RC files and even in display with easy to learn and realistic 3D viewer. This will solve your digitization problem, as you can see. So wow. Okay, I can replace your runner with lots of time saving delivering between field and office in seconds. You must be kidding. How can a total station do that? Leica Exchange is the answer. And I'm running on Captivate 5.0, supported by latest processing software Leica Infinity for all my workflows, and backed up by a large team of professionals from Leica Joe System. I'm very busy, but sounded like you knows my problem, though I don't believe all that you said. But can you come back and prove yourself? I want to see it together with my boss. Sure, I promise I will not take too much of your time. Okay, the next poll, what are included in Merge Tag? I will launch the poll now. I give you 30 seconds. Is it all? Is it part of it? Or is it none of it? You have 5 more seconds. And I shall close the poll now. And this is the results. Most of you got it right, and some expect a free GNSS sensor. No, it's integratable to GNSS sensor, but no free sensor. And auto height is not part of it, but maybe you can say that. Okay, anyway, it includes scanning function, high frame rate, camera image, and functionality of robotic total station. Now on the appointment days, and it's the show time, you can see that Leica MS60 looks very muscular. Okay, welcome back, MS60. I'm here with my boss. You have 30 minutes. Hello, Mr. PM and Mr. Construction Manager. The PM will be thinking it's going to cost him more. Thank you for the time. I will demo my capabilities today. Firstly, let me show you me as an all-rounder. My boss is very busy. Please make it short. Okay, Merge Tag consists of total station, robotic, precise, accurate, and speed robotic total station with 2 cameras, as I mentioned, and integrate to Leica's GNSS sensor, and it has ability to scan to quickly generate point clouds, all merge into one machine. Okay, and it's running on Captivate firmware with a very easy to learn graphic and text displays explanations, and also with a 3D realistic view. And MS60 is the first self-learning total station with ATR Plus, dynamic lock, and more. We'll show you in short videos. The video has no sound. I'll try to explain it. Anyway, these two videos, this video is extract of these two videos that you can view on the YouTube if you want further viewing. Now I will show it on my on the back panel. I'm sorry, I was speaking without turning on the mic. But anyway, you can view the two videos from YouTube, and there's same explanations there. Yeah. Okay. Next, about auto hacks. One of the new key features is with accuracy of 1 mm, the distance range from 0.7 to 2.7 meters. The time saving is a time saving improved accuracy, and we have no mistakes and less equipment needed on site. So you can see with the height of about 1.6 meters of the instrument, you will have something like 5 mm errors. Just say that you have a traverse of 15 stations, you may have an accumulated height error of up to 75 mm. That is a lot. So this is money saving. And for IP65 is built in with IP65 rating, you can work even under the rain. This is proven. And a very important key features for the new MS60 Block 8 is built with GSM module that is with worldwide coverage, need no SIM cards, and it can log with precision update up to 1 every minute. Be alerted when instrument exits the geofence that you created. And Log 8 is a great tracking and fleet management tool. It is also great theft deterrent solutions with the ability to remotely lock and unlock with just a click via apps or web account. Upon locking your instrument remotely, you will be immediately detected when the power is the MS60 is powered on, leaving the instrument unusable. Your investment is protected. So the power of Leica Nova MS60, the cost-saving machine, and beam to field digitization problem solver. Further on, before I go on with that, there's another poll of what you learn. I give you 35 seconds for this. Which of the following are true? ATR Plus can remember static reflectors position. MS60 self-learning can learn the surrounding environment. Auto height can measure up to 10 meters. MS60 can measure more than 2 kilometers with any surface. Log 8 can track MS60 location every 1 minute, and when it's on, I shall close the poll now. And I share with you the results. And quite encouraging. Some got it wrong, but it's okay. Yeah. Hope you review the video later and get it right. ATR Plus can remember static reflectors precision correct. MS self-learning can learn the surrounding environment correct. It's not up to 10 meters, but only 0.7 to 2.7 meters. And MXC can measure more than only up to 2 kilometers, not more. And Log 8 can track the location every 1 minute, correct. Okay, with the improvement of 30,000 points per second scanning, you can see that compared to the previous solution, the scan time is only a fraction of what it was before. You can save up to 90% with band scan. And with full dome scan, you can even save up to 87% of time compared to the previous version. And so on. You can see mostly save more than 60%. And turning that at 360 degrees per second for band scanning, this I will show you how it will save you a lot of time and money. As in the drawing in this construction of 11 floors building with 8 office units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yeah. In conventional method, you will have to have a sketch, the paper, and you will have to have measurement tape with maybe 2%, and with this tool to measure all the measurement with windows, doors, and corners, and put it in the right place with the right figures. With MSD, you can save up to 80% of time, no human error, needs no assistant, more details, proper record, and no revisit. With that, say you save 80% of time from, say, 1 hour you take to do the conventional 0.8 hours times 8 units on each floor times 11 floor, that is 70.4 hours. 8.8 days of saving. If each day is $400 per survey team per day, times 8.8 days, you save $3,520 just for 1 unit of our office unit layout scan. And there's a lot more essential. And say that the bridge was found to have crack structure, and scan, check that the information is required. With MSD, you can scan any shape, anywhere, with direct georeference point cloud, save cost of a scanner, scan whatever shapes at a resolution of up to 1 mm times 1 mm. Of course, MS60 cannot replace a scanner like RTC or P-series, as those are for big scale scanning, but for small job of scanning, this is definitely a good tool, and you can save the cost of a scanner if you're not into big scanning jobs. And the Leica Exchange. With Leica Exchange, you can transfer data from office to site to the field, or from the field to the office, or from field to field. No need car, no petrol, no traffic jam, no long distance travel, and instant delivery. And how MS60 solved the digitization problems? With the BIM model given by clients for you to build according to that, you can directly change to the field with MS60 or Captivate. And then this is called the smart building workflow. With this, it's error-free, no travel time, save transportation costs. So even if project is all over the place, there is no problem to deliver. Continue with your digitization problem solving with the Inspect Surface app. In Captivate 5.0, you can compare measurement with IFC design directly with Inspect Surface app. Just choose IFC as the reference design data, and then load the design, the IFC file, and select the object from the IFC file and scan the area in relation to that object. And from there, with the Inspect Surface app, you can set the color maps to show the difference and process the comparison map. And you can even use the MS60 to drive and point to the point with large deviations and create a report, this very comprehensive and detailed report, and send to office through Leica Exchange for further decision or documentation. No error, so fast decision making, extremely productive. Why is this saving a lot of money? Imagine that this is to be done with conventional methods, or you have don't have Leica Exchange and you don't have the Inspect Surface app. This will take you a lot of time. First, you collect the data. Even if you have scanner, you have to bring back to your office, travel time, and then to process this will take at least half a day or even 1-2 days. It depends on the CAD operator or the processing power. And to bring back the data to the field for rectification, that takes another traveling time. And to point the instrument to the point of large deviation is not automatic. So you can imagine that this actually can be, if you can do it on site with this instrument, it saves you a great deal of time. You can also use a scanner to scan area that is very difficult to reach or very high and very risky, like the windmill with the high power towers with pylon or bridge, and all that. You can scan with a very high precision with 1 second accuracy, MS60. And with the reflectless 2000s, R2000, able to measure up to 2000 kilometers with any surface. I need no prism as my reference target. Can use any reflectless measurement as a reference, as I have 30 times magnification camera. How it can be done? You aim to where you want to measure, and then zoom in with wide angle camera, press distance to align, to take out the parallax error, and then switch to telescope camera, aim accurately, and measure the point and name it meaningfully. For example, west island left 1 or something like that. And you do the same for the other points. Zoom in with wide angle camera with telescope camera, name the boat to which number, and take, and most important, capture an image and link to this point. So you can use it as a reference even you move away from here. This saves you from putting the prisms as your reference to a known point far away. So this saves a lot of time. Capture images from two setups as backup for any missing measurement, which you can import into Leica Infinity for photogrammetry point creation. No worry of missing missed measurement. So with this import into Leica Infinity, you can get coordinates point with result of less, only a couple of you can see. This save a lot of time of revisit and no rearrangement of surveying. You can also use the video on the image to drive the instrument. This will reduce fatigue and increase efficiency and productivity of your surveyors. So now, what do you think about MS60? The same question. Hopefully there are some different answer. I would launch it now. Give you another 25 seconds or 30 seconds. I shall close the poll now. And this is the result. It's a bit of improvement. That's very good. Hopefully you will learn more. And I should now continue. Okay, so for imaging, you can also use it to measure area that is dangerous to access. And also, but imagine that you have a measurement to do for a slope failure, and without a camera, you can export as DXF plot, send to the engineer in charge with just the lines and dimension. For example, things like this, a sketch like this. Or do you think it will be clearer to send an image as a background to your measurement? So your camera is useful. Same thing for, say, a crack on the building. If you send a sketch like this, of showing the length of cracks is 2,500 mm and 200 mm width and so on. If you just send this, nobody will understand you. But if you add in with the background image like this and send directly with Captivate and Leica Exchange, you will be very clear for reference and a good documentation. So GNSS connectivity, fully GNSS integrated workflow and data. For smart station setup, RTK data from GNSS can directly go into the same job as setup position, or you can record raw data for post-processing through these connections. And with a smart pose, this is the smart pose setup. With one-man robotic setup, Captivate can switch between both instruments, the GNSS and the total station, for measure point, and direct georeference to the pole as the backside. And if you have heard what Nash had talked about yesterday about the smart links, if you have that, you can work anywhere with 3 cm accuracy. So for example, you are working in an area like this, you have no worries. Need not do long distance traversing, and no long distance traveling also to set up the reference and so on. And now when you are doing a monitoring, most of the time the surrounding structures are all in the movement influence zone. MS60 can measure up to 10 kilometers with prism. So you are not limited to distance anymore. Yeah. So you can even have a prism far away on a firm and tall building or firm and tall structures, and you can just do your monitoring. And in a survey in an area like this, of the 10 kilometer prism measurement distance and even less setup with long baseline, definitely a good for primary control. Yeah, or areas like this, or in hydrographic survey, a lot of situation, the survey ground is like this. So coming to the end, before I end, this is the impressions of scanning total station. So boxer with blindfolded, boxer with blindfolded, Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. So multi-station without telescope, MS60, and a bulky total station, multi-station. So that, needless to say, who is the winner? Any questions? If any question, please feel free to ask. I should check the questions now. I can't choose. What's that? My son can't select. Okay, no question yet. Still waiting. Thank you for the comment. Okay, further up. The accuracy from taking image is in the same is the same as the reflectless. No, the accuracy is not the same as reflectless. It depends on how close are you to the object of taking the picture and how good is the overlap. And it depends on the pixels calculation. So is computed by Infinity itself, but you can see the deviation as I have shown you earlier. But if you need more, we can explain to you in a separate training. What kind of conditions can affect the reductions in reflectless distance? What kind of condition can affect the reductions? It depends on the reflective signals of that object that you are measuring to. So it depends on the color, the brightness, and texture of the surface that you are measuring to. Good. Okay, how about ranges and accuracy with the MS60 measuring under raining? Of course, if you're under heavy rain, you will have you affect your measurement. But under light rain conditions, even for example, like in machine controls and all this, most of the time we are working only within 200 or 300 meters, and if it's not very heavy rain, it's fine. How to integrate the scan data into normal point cloud from scanner? You can import into Infinity, and then you can export to other format, but also you can now Infinity can straight away export Jetstream project or LGS file, and without that also with CloudWorks you can directly import MS60 data with also with the cyclone? And can the imaging data work with the scan data from scanner? Imaging data work with scan data from scanner. Imaging data work with scan data from scan. Oh, imaging data. What do you mean? Maybe I explain to you, Mr. Yu, later. I don't quite understand the question. Any other questions? I have another 2 or 3 more minutes or so, or 4 minutes. How to connect MS60 and DGPS we need to software. Mr. Situ, how to connect? Connection of MS60 to GNSS is just placing it on the bracket, and as long as you have the license to connect for smart station. But the DGPS data is not accurate for most of the time for total station measurement, because DGPS is only a meters accuracy. You are not the most you can get, maybe some meters, but we work on with MS60. We are always talking about millimeters accuracy. With that long distance measurement, how does it counter for atmospheric correction? For atmospheric corrections, you will have to input the atmospheric ppm. Of course, over water, over different path on water and mix of water and ground and all that, we have to be more careful. Of course, with the longer distance, without accurate atmospheric condition, it could affect the accuracy. But the thing is that when we are so far away, the accuracy, we can no longer talk about 1 or 2 mm. It will be slightly more, but I think it's still workable compared to GNSS, and all that is still better. Based on your experience, how long the optimum distance with the reflectorless measurement? I had tried it to 1,000 over meters, but I don't have any experience up to 2 kilometers yet, but I've tried it up to 1,003, 1,005, but more than that, I haven't. You have to find structure that is that far that we can measure. There's a lot of questions. Based on your can we use a free station for scanning? Yes, if you are thinking of scanning, free station means resections, right? You can do your resection first, or traverse, or known backside, and then the scan data is already georeferenced. Can the MS60 beam workflow? I use MS60 in beam workflow. How is compared to laser scanner? Laser scanner, most of the time, is for you to collect point cloud data. But if you want to I think you are talking about laser HCS software, maybe. The laser scanner doesn't handle beam file, doesn't handle IFC file. So there are some questions I may have missed, but I think it's about time. You can still send me the question, or any last 1 or 2 questions I will still answer. Can I use MS60 beam workflow? Okay. How many batteries can put into? MS60 has only 1 battery compartment. So for normal use, you can, if I remember correctly, I think you can work up to, if not scanning, I think you can easily work up to 6 or 7 hours with the GB242. Yeah, but if you need it for long hours, then you can use the external battery. Okay, I think we shall close now. If you have further questions, please send me an email or send to technical team an email. Before the end of it, go back to the slides. Please remember to sign up for Mr. Yu's, and you can ask more questions to Mr. Yu. The new Leica Nova MS60 taking the multi-station to the next level on Friday, April 24, 3 to 4 p.m. You can scan this barcode, or you can take this link and type into the browser directly. Okay, so thank you for your attention. My pleasure to be of service to you. Appreciate your comments. And in this situation, in Singapore especially, is getting very bad. Out of control a bit. Not out of control, but in the down. And also in other places, some countries is getting out of control. But I heard that in Cambodia and Vietnam, it seems to be under control. Anyway, please stay safe and take good care of yourself and your family. Bye.